Bindu continues to stay with us. The Bindu, we were talking about how President Draupadi Murmu was talking about development has always been a priority for the Modi government.
Abhishek, as we were discussing, the government's plan to make India as the third largest economy in the world is something also that was spoken by President Draupadi Murmu during her speech in the joint sitting of the parliament. She also spoke about how the government plans to work on the three to four pillars of the poor, the farmers, as well as the marginalized section of the society, as well as the women, for the upliftment of the women and for the women empowerment of the country. So these are the four main pillars through which her government, which is the Modi 3.0 government, will be working over the next 5 years. She also highlighted how the previous government, which is Modi 2.0, uplifted 25 crore people out of poverty. The president also touched upon how the farmers' reforms have taken place, how the government have been working towards transformation and reformation of several aspects of life as well as policy of the government. The president also highlighted about the digital transactions, particularly speaking about the UPI transaction and how it has attracted many global players towards this phenomenal achievement of India. She also spoke about the farmers' welfare schemes of the government. She also spoke about how the Prime Minister is committed towards providing housing to all across the different parts of the country and different sections of society, and how the government's first decision after being sworn in for the third time was to provide 3 lakh housing to the poor across the country. So these are some of the key aspects and highlights of the speech. Also, not to forget, Abhishek, how the president also spoke about the NEET examination and how her government is committed towards providing a solution towards the controversy that broke out through the NEET examination, and how the government was swift in to initiate an inquiry and action into what happened with the NEET examination. The president also highlighted about the emergency. Yesterday we also saw Speaker Om Birla talking about the dark phase of democracy during the emergency in 1975. So we also saw that both in the president as well as the vice president's speech talking about emergency. So of course it's clear that the government is going to make that issue a significant issue here, both in the parliament and outside the parliament. Abhishek.
Right, Bindu, to add to that, President said that sanctity, transparency must in government recruitments and examination, and said that cases of paper leaks and irregularities in exams being probed at high level and need to rise above partisan politics. But Bindu, also she was talking about the green initiative taken by the government, and she also spoke about the Startup India and said that how India has third largest ecosystem in startups.
That's right, Abhishek. The president spoke about how her government is taking green initiatives. She also spoke about the International Solar Alliance and how India has been instrumental in forming that International Solar Alliance. If you remember, Abhishek, in the Modi 2.0, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced, installation of rooftop solar panels across hundreds and thousands of households across the country. So this is what the government's priority would be in the Modi 3.0. So of course, also the fact that the government's commitment towards carbon neutrality is also something that the president spoke during her speech. Zero carbon emission committed by India by 2050 in the Paris Agreement is also something that the president's speech highlighted. So of course, multiple green initiatives being taken by the government is also something that the president highlighted in her speech. And as you were saying, in the startup sector, the government over the last in fact 7 years have taken multiple measures for ease of doing business, as for facilitating more and more startups to come up. And we have seen a startup boom in India over the last 5-6 years, where we have seen Bangalore also turning into a mini Silicon Valley of India. So of course many new initiatives being taken by the government. The president also highlighting that over the next 5 years what her government intends to do for both the startup as well as for the green sector. Abhishek.
How Modi government has been committed towards promoting sports. President Draupadi Murmu also spoke about that and wish the sports persons best for the Olympics, which will be held next month from July 26th. She also congratulated the beneficiaries, the people who have got the certificates of CAA, and also in the end she mentioned that how we should be proud how India is taking a big leap towards growth and continue to support our country. She and also said that it is India's time and future will be India's. Debyendu, are you there with us?
Amendment Act.
Yeah,
Yes,
please go on.
the citizenship, yes, Abhishek. The Citizenship Amendment Act, which the Parliament passed in 2019 and implemented in 2024, also gives citizenship to the refugees, persecuted minorities who have come from countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Bangladesh into India to seek refuge. So, of course, this was a long-pending demand of many refugees that had come in, especially to states like West Bengal from Bangladesh. So, this demand have been fulfilled by the BJP government, in fact by the Modi 2.0 government in its last tenure itself, and how we have seen many persecuted minorities have already been handed over the certificate of Indian nationality. So of course, and over the coming few months, the government will be taking other measures to ensure that people who have already registered are given the Indian nationality certificate at the earliest. So of course, that's a significant step towards the commitment of the government, which has been fulfilled, has been mentioned by the president. The president also spoke about how the election, the large-scale election that just concluded a month back, was successfully conducted. She also congratulated the Election Commission for holding a successful election for a democracy as large as India. So of course, these are some of the achievements of both the government as well as several constitutional posts that the president highlighted during her speech in the joint sitting of the parliament.
Absolutely, President Draupadi Murmu highlighting what government has done over the past 10 years and also outlining the overview of for the next 5 years. Thank you, Debyendu. We'll leave it at that. All right, we'll slip into a very short break. On the other side.